Federal agents in the United States have arrested at least 60 pigs in a big drive against child prostitution. Germany rolls out its swine flu vaccine program. The German government is being accused of double standards after the Interior Ministry ordered one vaccine for young officials, soldiers and politicians, while the rest of the population was getting a different vaccine. Ministers have denied claims of a two-tier health system. It comes as a new survey shows that only 30% of all Germans want to have the swine flu vaccine, and only 3 Germans have died of the virus.
And 30% want to have swine flu.
At this doctor's surgery in Berlin, people are still getting the normal seasonal flu vaccine. And from now on, patients will also be offered the swine flu jab.
The swine flu jab.
Outcry after it emerged that government officials will be getting one vaccine, Selvapan, believed to have fewer side effects, while the majority of Germans will get another vaccine called Pandemrix, which has a chemical compound known as an adjuvant. Birgit Bender is the health spokeswoman for the Green Party.
I'm very unhappy with it, because if vaccination is considered to be necessary, everybody should be treated the same way. But there is one vaccine provided for government officials and the military, and another vaccine for the general population. So that looks like two-class medicine, and that's not acceptable.
And how did this situation come about?
It probably wasn't done on purpose, because it appears that the Ministry of Interior Affairs and the military made a decision for one vaccine without talking to the Ministry of Health. And they decided for the other one that contains an adjuvant and is considered to be more risky.
The German government is urging everyone in the priority groups like healthcare workers or high-risk patients to have the Pandemrix vaccine, which it claims is safe and has been approved by the European Union. So far, 26,000 Germans have been infected with the H1N1 virus. Most patients have fallen ill with mild flu-like symptoms, but there has been a steady increase in the number of cases of swine flu, which is a worrying development. Although some say the Pandemrix vaccine isn't suitable for young children or pregnant women, according to Professor Klaus Osterrieder, a virologist from the Free University of Berlin, both the Pandemrix and Selvapan vaccines are safe.
There's 2 types of vaccines. They are fairly different from each other. One is produced on eggs and is a split vaccine and contains an adjuvant. The other one is produced on cells and is a whole virus vaccine and doesn't contain any adjuvant. Both of the vaccines, however, do not contain any live virus.
Live virus.
Are those vaccines safe?
Well, from the first testings, it has been seen that both vaccines will cause side effects, like any vaccination, like any treatment. But I don't think that either of the two has been shown to cause side effects that would prevent their use.
With talk of a two-tier health system, many Germans say they won't bother to have the swine flu vaccine.
No, I don't think I'm going to have this vaccination, because I don't think that there's like a big spread of it, or that there's a big danger for me.
I had vaccination against normal flu, but not swine flu, and I don't see a reason for that. I think they just want to be prepared for worst cases, but for myself, I don't see it necessary as of now. We didn't have a lot of cases, flu cases, so I can't imagine that it's healthy to get a vaccination. I'm against vaccinations anyway.
I'm not
into the vaccination because I'm not afraid to get swine flu.
But as Germans brace themselves for a long, cold winter, there are concerns that swine flu will get worse. Professor Osterrieder from the Free University of Berlin says people shouldn't get complacent.
Well, this is exactly the point, that there's a discussion coming up that's unhealthy, and well, one has to be worried, because historically influenza pandemics have always had at least 2 waves, usually one that was milder, and then
the one that comes along
usually
wipes
the
your ass
virus
out.
would pick up if you so want speed and become more virulent. So one has to be concerned, and part of this concern is to have vaccines available for the population.
As the debate over the safety of the two swine flu vaccines continues, it's clear the German government faces an uphill battle to convince people to have the jab.
Have the jab. Have the jab. Go on, do it. Do it. Have the jab.
Swine flu is being blamed for an outbreak of football violence in France.
Football virus? Oh, shit.
Clashed with police and rival fans in Marseille, where they'd gone for an away game that was called off at the last moment due to swine flu in the PSG camp. The chairman of the French Professional Football League, Frédéric Thierez, told the French radio station Europe 1 that there was no reason to call off Sunday's game when Paris Saint-Germain first reported a couple of cases of swine flu.
Imaginez le tollé qu'aurait provoqué une décision. Imagine the outcry by taking the decision on Saturday to postpone the match.
Nobody ever thought, no French people ever talk in English. They always talk in French, you know.
They would have accused the league either of total madness or of favouritism towards one or other of the clubs.
They're kind of that way, you know.
Is, first of all, to ensure the safety of the players and to ensure that the league is fair. And that's why we've got a commission of experts to guide us.
Well, swine flu is also affecting the English Premiership side, Blackburn Rovers. Their manager, Sam Allardyce, told the BBC there'd been a risk of spreading the virus when the club visited league leaders Chelsea last Saturday. The footballing authorities in England say they are following government advice and don't envisage cancelling any games. Joining us, the football journalist Dave Farrer. There could be a problem here, couldn't there? Swine flu, football, maybe the two don't go together.
Yeah, absolutely, as there could be, to be honest, in many other areas of society. It's not exclusively to football, but given the nature of the game, given, I suppose, you know, the saying is that when you're very, very fit, you're more susceptible to things like this, and of course footballers do meet probably a lot more people than many of us, you know, on a day-to-day basis, so I guess they're very susceptible, as has been proven at Paris Saint-Germain and Blackburn Rovers already, and at various French rugby clubs as well. It's been very prevalent there, and so yeah, there is potentially a problem, and actually when you start thinking about it and find